Hello everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today we're unpacking a really fundamental shift in how digital business is actually won. We're going to explore how you can take AI-generated search answers, which, let's face it, usually look like a massive traffic barrier, and transform them into a direct, high-converting revenue channel. We'll be drawing on some incredibly fascinating research from Fastgrowing.ai that literally turns everything we thought we knew about search completely on its head. So if you've been watching your top-of-funnel traffic just kind of vanish while AI engines take over, you are absolutely in the right place.
All right, let's just rip the Band-Aid off and dive straight into this harsh reality. For over a decade, B2B organic growth relied on a super predictable formula, right? You publish a mountain of informational content, try to scrape your way to page one of Google, capture that top-of-funnel traffic, and cross your fingers that someone fills out a form for a gated ebook. Well, the data is in, and that playbook is officially broken. Spending your marketing budget chasing these informational page views is quite frankly becoming a massive waste of time.
So, to get you ahead of the curve, here is our exact roadmap to fix your funnel. We've got 1. The zero-click reality. 2. The BO-FU shift. 3. The 3 pillars of trust. 4. Technical execution. And finally, 5. Measuring success. Let's get right into it.
Starting off with Section 1, the zero-click reality. Why traditional B2B SEO is losing revenue.
You know the drill by now. With the rapid rise of things like Google AI overviews, ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Claude, search engines aren't just link aggregators anymore. They've evolved into answer engines, and the paradigm shift here is huge. Think about Search 1.0 versus Search 2.0. In the old days, a user types in a keyword, gets 10 blue links, clicks around a bit, and generates high traffic across 3 or 4 different sites. But today a buyer types out a highly complex problem, and boom, the AI outputs a single fully synthesized answer directly on the screen. The user reads it right there in the chat interface in about 5 seconds, gets exactly what they need, and just leaves. Your website gets absolutely zero traffic, unless of course the AI specifically recommends you as the vendor.
And that brings us to the crucial point here. You have got to abandon the vanity metrics. Fighting for those basic informational clicks when the user is already getting their answer right there inside the chat, it's a losing battle. To win in this new era, your entire mindset has to shift. You must stop optimizing for basic clicks and start optimizing for AI endorsements. You want to be the trusted go-to solution that the AI actively points to.
Moving right along to Section 2, the BO-FU shift, capturing high-intent buyers. Now, this whole shift might sound a bit scary, but it actually creates a massive, arguably much better opportunity at the bottom of the funnel, or BO-FU. Let's map out how modern AI buying queries actually work. Up at the top of the funnel, someone might ask AI to explain B2B lead gen strategies. The AI spits out some text, no links are clicked, and your conversion opportunity is 0. But look down at the bottom of the funnel. When a real decision maker asks, recommend a BO-FU-focused organic lead gen agency for enterprise, the AI acts as a trusted advisor. It names 1 or 2 vendors and drops direct referral links. The intent here is completely commercial. So as buyers start asking AI for these specific vendor evaluations, your conversion opportunity absolutely skyrockets to maximum. Which brings us to Section 3, 3 pillars of trust, building machine trust architecture.
Okay, so how do you actually convince an AI to recommend your business? Well, enter Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. Spoiler alert, large language models do not care about your keyword density, and they definitely don't care how many backlinks you bought. They care about machine trust architecture. And according to the research, there are 3 fundamental pillars you absolutely must build to prove your credibility. They are 1. Entity mapping, 2. Digital PR, and 3. Crowd-proof. Let's break each of these down real quick so you know exactly what to do. Pillar number 1 is entity mapping. AI models need highly structured data to understand exactly what it is your business does, who you serve, and why you're qualified. Think of this as handing the AI a perfectly organized, crystal-clear digital business card, rather than making it guess. This means you need to implement explicit schema.org JSON LD markup across your site. You want to specifically tag things like your organization, your services, and your offer catalogs. It also means using incredibly clear natural language to define your core attributes. You aren't just a website anymore, you are a distinct entity in the AI's knowledge graph, and you have to feed it perfectly clear data about your brand.
Pillar number 2 is digital PR, which is essentially external machine proof. Think about it for a second. If you claim to be the ultimate industry leader on your own blog, the AI just sees that as unverified marketing copy. I mean, why should it trust you? But When that exact same claim is validated through editorial mentions, press quotes, and industry inclusions across high-authority third-party publications, well, then the AI registers your expertise as a verified fact. And the final pillar is crowd validation. This one is huge, guys, because platforms like Reddit, Quora, LinkedIn, and YouTube actually serve as direct training datasets for tools like ChatGPT and Perplexity. When real human beings are in community threads actively discussing your service, validating your outcomes, and recommending your solution, the AI models absorb this human consensus like a sponge. Then they take those trusted recommendations and pass them right on to future buyers during those highly commercial queries.
All right, jumping into Section 4, Technical Execution. Delivering conversion-ready content at scale.
Getting that AI recommendation is an incredible win, but honestly, it's only half the battle. Once you get that citation link, you actually have to capture the lead. Remember, the folks arriving from an AI recommendation already have the context and super high purchase intent. You don't need to give them a slow, generic warm-up. You need a conversion-first page architecture. You got to bypass the fluffy intros and hit them immediately with an answer-first header that validates exactly what the AI promised them, right there in the top 50 words. Then, make your lead capture frictionless. Ditch that clunky 10-field static contact form and use a calendar booking API or a direct phone widget. And finally, put your verified client metrics right next to your call to action buttons for instant social proof.
Now, if you want to maintain this entity coverage across multiple niches and do it all at scale, this is where the tech gets really cool. Modern growth teams are deploying automated CMS pipelines. They use central databases to store all their service matrices. Then they use webhook and API pushes to automatically publish these intent-focused landing pages straight to Webflow, Next.js, or WordPress. And crucially, they top it off by using real-time indexation triggers, like the Google Indexing API, to ping search crawlers the absolute instant those new bottom-of-the-funnel pages go live. It's a total machine.
Finally, Section 5, Measuring Success. Tracking your generative engine optimization. So, if we aren't looking at basic page views on a dashboard anymore, how do we actually measure success? What are the new metrics? Well, instead of tracking clicks, you need to track your LLM share of voice, or SOV. This means you have to literally audit your target commercial buyer prompts across the different AI engines. You're running test scenarios, asking the AI things like, what are the top recommended providers for my target market? And then you measure how frequently your brand actually appears as the trusted recommendation compared to your competitors. It's all about your presence in the conversation now.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one defining question for this entire Search 2.0 era. Looking at your current strategy, are you going to keep fighting an exhausting, losing battle for zero-click, top-of-funnel traffic, or are you ready to completely rebuild your funnel, focus on machine trust architecture, and capture those highly qualified, high-intent buyers through AI trust? The shift is literally happening right now, and the brands that adapt to generative engine optimization are absolutely the ones that are going to win the revenue. Thank you so much for joining me to explore this massive shift in digital growth. I'll see you next time.